When Thanksgiving comes around, as a griever, I can feel my defenses start to go up because, especially in early grief, I remember so many people telling me that I needed to be grateful. They would respond to my sadness as though it was a problem that needed to be fixed, as though it was a mark that I was not grateful enough. And this is, of course, like a huge example of toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is whenever we try to kind of bypass, invalidate, minimize difficult emotions like despair, loneliness, grief, with positive emotions. So when you see someone grieving, you say, ah, they need to just be more grateful. That will solve their grief. You're treating these very normal emotions like a problem. And a lot of grievers get this around Thanksgiving. But here is what is kind of bizarre is at the core of grief and at the core of gratitude is deep love. We grieve things that are very important to us, that we love deeply. That is where our very big grief comes from. And when we're very, very grateful for something, it's because we love it deeply. It's because it matters so much to us, right? And so these emotions, they actually kind of go together weirdly. Okay, like for example, I have a brother, Jake, who died by suicide. I am so grateful that I know Jake, that he lived. And I am so devastated, in part because I'm so grateful for him and I know how beautiful he is. I am so devastated, horrified, all the feelings that he is dead and that he died by suicide. Okay. When you pressure a griever to put on a face of gratitude, right? A lot of times you're actually asking them to disconnect from their full selves. Before a griever can start to focus, not focus on, but also feel that gratitude, they need room to grieve. They need room to express how sad they are, how upset they are, and that does not cancel out the gratitude they feel. Gratitude and grief, they're not on some balancing scale. The bigger someone's gratitude gets, the smaller their grief gets. No, 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 that's not how it works. They're just separate. They're totally separate. Okay. And so throughout this Thanksgiving season, I want to remind you that your grief is not a mark of a lack of gratitude. It's not a mark of not trying hard enough. You can feel grateful and grieve at the same time. You can feel enormous grief for the people who are not at your Thanksgiving table this year. And you can feel grateful for the people who are at your Thanksgiving table this year. They do not cancel each other out. So if you are a griever or if you are a part of a grieving family, I encourage you, if you go around on Thanksgiving and ask what people are grateful for, also ask what's hard for you right now. What are you grieving? Make space for that because if the goal of the holiday season is to connect, right? To actually connect, feel more love with each other. That means we need to make space for all the emotions, for grief, for gratitude, for sadness, for anger. I know on Thanksgiving, I'm feeling so grateful that many of my family members are alive. I am also feeling angry, devastated, just so lonely that my brother is dead, that my sister is dead, that my nieces are dead. I'm feeling devastated on that day. I'm also feeling gratitude, feeling joy when I look into the faces of those I love. And that doesn't lessen the deep devastation I feel. And connecting to that devastation does not lessen the gratitude and love I feel for the people who are alive. So please remember that this holiday season. And finally, just know if you are holding grief this holiday season, it's exhausting. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to remind yourself you're allowed to grieve and just be gentle with yourself.